We are back. You asked, we've got the answers. Today we're answering your questions. I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, welcome back to Black Belt Tips. I am Bill Jones, as always, head instructor, top level of martial arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. With me, my friend, my pal, slightly above novice in all things, Mr. Edward Whitney. How are you today, man?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
Yeah. I'm great, man. I'm great.
Life is good.
Life is good. Coming off Memorial Day weekend, did you do anything fun?
Spent a little time camping with the kids, seeing some fireworks.
Good times. Fireworks, camping with the kids.
Yeah, good times.
I heard a firework attacked you. The escapades of Mr. Glass do continue, my friends.
So I'm standing in a crowd of many thousands of people, a long distance away from where they're shooting off the fireworks. And mind you, these are like by a municipality. These are
professional.
Yeah,
this isn't you like with a tin can.
Yeah, these guys have one job.
Light it and run.
It's to make the sky light up. And in the midst of standing there, a random piece of firework managed to find my eye out of the thousands of eyes around me. Wham, right in the eye. Closed up my eye for a few hours, but other than that, I'm good.
But you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, for anybody who is listening at home on iTunes or Google, his eyes are both open.
They are open.
Although part of your instructor training, you shot a video the other day, and it was hilarious because he's like shooting the video, and he's like, "All right, guys, so this is what we're doing." And through the talent of mime, I'm closing my eye to mimic Ed.
Yeah.
Again, for the benefit of you listening at home.
Yeah.
But like one eye was, and I'm like, what is going on with your face, man?
Yep.
That is awesome.
I don't think anybody else complained of any debris the entire time they were there.
Probably not. Now, did people see you get hit by this thing?
Just the wife and kids are like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm fine, enjoy the fireworks. And then I'm trying to drive home, and I was like, honey, you're going to have to drive, because I had no depth perception because my one eye was slowly closing up.
That's frightening, but I'm glad it turned out.
Yeah, it's no big deal at all.
So, like, did you grab your eye or anything? Were you like, oh God, my face?
I wasn't quite that dramatic. No, it hit, didn't think anything of it, and then over the next 30 seconds, I realized it was burning. Do you know what I mean? It was hot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was it something, now did it just sit there as hot? Or like?
Yeah, it took several hours to get it out of there.
The fans need to know this.
Yeah, it took several hours to get the piece of, like, carbon, I guess you would call it. Just chunk of like a black piece of rock out of my eye because it like I said, it kind of had burned into my eyelid.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, we got it out.
But you're feeling good now.
Feel great.
You're ready to go on this.
Ready to go. I'm
All
hoping
right,
a tree doesn't fall on me.
So prior to this review, Ed asked if we could do a product review. He's had this product for over a year now, right?
Oh yeah.
As you look off. So
apparently,
as you look off camera and say, "Oh, I guess we are doing this thing."
Yeah, he didn't mention it. So
yeah. So why don't you go ahead and grab your product and we'll
I'm going to grab a new one and then I can describe.
Whatever, okay. So for our friends listening at home, Ed is walking around the academy trying to find a new backpack. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool.
Here it is.
So what we have with us here is a backpack. It is a good bag. It's made by Century Martial Arts.
Yes.
The one that I have sitting in front of me is actually a limited edition variation of it. It looks like they've embroidered a samurai on the front of it, and then it says burnt tier 35 out of 100. So I don't know why it's a limited edition, but it is, and that's what we're looking at right now. So what can you tell us about it?
Well, I actually have the standard variation. It's not the limited edition, so it's completely identical to this one, minus that little picture right there.
Again, talking about samurai.
Yes.
Come on, Ed. There's people listening on iTunes these days.
That's right. I forgot. I'm still talking.
Did you forget about our friends on iTunes?
I never forgot. I lied.
Okay.
Is that better?
That's better.
All right. So the reason I wanted to talk about this bag because I've had it for about a year now.
Okay.
And I carry it every single day completely stuffed with gis, computer.
Grab it for our friends at home so they can see.
Okay. And I carry it every single day. And it's still...
He tried to destroy our microphone just now.
Immaculate shape. Like I said, it is completely stuffed every single day.
Pull it back so yeah, look at that thing.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
Can
That's
hear,
a
you
year
can hear
in.
keys jangling from that?
Yes. I essentially, everything I need for work gets carried in that bag every single day, and it is still in fantastic shape.
All right, so what other things? Like, show us the deets. I want to see.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what's
sure.
going on with this thing, man.
So it has several compartments. Like this one here is just a outer compartment. It's loaded with, like, you know, places for pens, various accessories. Great place to put my phone right there. It's felt lined.
Okay, cool. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pause.
Okay.
And then, like we're going to do this like an unboxing. Like, as though you were unboxing, like, a loot crate or something.
Okay.
So you know, you'll act surprised about another feature that you'll find later, okay?
Okay.
As we continue the podcast.
All right.
So let's move on. So today we're talking about, some people sent us some questions.
Yeah.
And this is something, by the way, guys, we love hearing questions. Want to hear what questions you have. I've been training Jiu-Jitsu since 2004 and martial arts since 1985. So if you have any questions martial art world related, please let me know. Write them down below. Send them in to us. Visit our Facebook page. Post them there. Black Belt Tips. Facebook.com/blackbelttips. We'd love to hear those questions. What's the first one you got on there?
It's actually kind of a continuation of something we mentioned in a prior episode about steroids in MMA.
Ah.
Yeah, and they basically just asked, what are our thoughts? What are our opinions?
Yeah, so I think when we talk about this, we'll just call it performance-enhancing drugs, right?
Yeah,
Steroids
so
is kind of specific,
vague,
but performance-enhancing drugs can be a lot of things, and I think a lot of guys these days get away with like testosterone supplements, and I don't know. I look at it like I take it this way. When I was in the military, if you had a certain condition that required you to have specific medications, that if you were without access to them, you could not survive and defend yourself, and you were not a useful person without these drugs, then you were what they called non-deployable, and meaning that you couldn't be in the military anymore. You're a great human being. We love you. Thank you for your service, but you're now medically discharged because, I mean, you need when you're doing that, you need soldiers who can be soldiers, out in the middle of nowhere for months at a time. And I guess I see it as that when it comes to, like, now this is just talking about testosterone because people get away with it, and I say get away because I know that they're going, they're fighting, they're making it work.
Are you speaking about like testosterone exemptions?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did away with those.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying in general, let me get to
Okay.
it, is that I don't think that people who claim that they need testosterone or whatever, and you're talking about MMA, I'm talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specifically.
Okay.
Because it's huge right now, and I know many people who are like, "Oh yeah, I don't do steroids. I just do testosterone. I need it. I was a little low." And like, if you need a drug that is a performance-enhancing drug to survive and do everything, that's great. That's fine. I get it. And if all you're doing is training in the academy and all that stuff, I think that's fine. That's what you need. Then that's what you need. But I think it should preclude you from any kind of competition. And the same thing goes, in my opinion, for any other performance-enhancing drug. Those you really don't need, because you really can't do those things.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
It's not you.
Yeah. Especially in a sport, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where we say size doesn't matter, and speed and strength are certainly there's weight classes and stuff like that, but speed and strength shouldn't be your main focus. It should primarily be technique. The minute you start taking steroids, you're saying that strength and athleticism are your main focus.
Yeah.
And I think it's a cop-out. I think it's bullshit, quite honestly. And I think anybody who does it is lying. They have a lack of integrity. If they're doing it and then competing and saying... Now, people take steroids all the time because they want to look a certain way or they want to do that. That's fine, whatever. More on them. I get that it's not legal, but more on them. That's fine, whatever. But if you're going to do those things and then proclaim that you're so good because of your technique, I think that you have a conflict of interest there. I think you need to stop taking them and then come back to it and prove that it's because of your technique.
I agree.
Especially when you're taking them and the other guy might not be.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you on that. Yeah.
And then I think you had something to say about that with in regards to like a UFC, right? And some of the changes we've seen in title shifts. And stuff.
Oh yeah, it's really apparent right now in MMA because a lot of the guys who are kind of just, I wouldn't call them middle of the pack guys, but they weren't that super upper echelon championship guy. You're seeing them quickly emerge.
So when you say upper echelon champ, now again, we are not accusing anybody of anything. Let's start with that.
No.
But there were some things that looked a certain way, and
then those guys
some
vanished.
of those past champions. Can you like some of the past champions that have seemed to have disappeared recently?
Just take a look at Alistair Overeem's fights.
Okay.
He went from Ubereem, which might have been the scariest human we've ever seen compete in combat sports, to he's pretty good. Do you know what I mean? I mean, compared to me, he's incredible.
Has he lost size or anything like that?
Oh yeah, you can physically see it.
Okay.
It's visible.
Brock Lesnar no longer. He went back to WWE.
Even in this last time he competed, he got
popped for
yep.
it, right?
Yep.
But there was some sort of stipulation.
Yep. He was able to kind of cheat the system a little bit because of the way they timed it, and all indications would say that the UFC was a part of that as well. Yeah. They needed to save their big event.
Not placing blame anywhere, but that. It's just how it looks to the
untrained eye.
the ignorant eye, right? I'm not on the inside. I don't know what these guys are doing, but that's certainly the appearance it gives.
Yeah. I don't want to run down a bunch of names, but it's pretty obvious.
Okay,
you can look and
and like what I'm noticing is now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let's use Stipe for
that's
example.
my favorite example.
Stipe is definitely in extremely good shape.
Incredible shape for a guy his size.
And I mean, like, he's got the abs and all that, but he doesn't have, like,
tits.
Abs from, like, 300. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't look...
Doesn't have those giant steroid tits. That's what I'm sorry for the foul language, but, that's really what they look like to me. And look at how he's been dominating since USADA came in.
Yeah.
He's looked like the best fighter we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would argue he is.
And he might be.
Yeah, he wins one more fight, and it's no longer arguable. He would be the most successful UFC heavyweight ever. If he wins his next fight.
I can't wait to see it happen.
Yeah, I'm
Go
stoked.
Stipe.
Yeah,
CLE, man.
Yeah.
Represent, buddy.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Exciting stuff. So, so I guess that's where we stand. I'm not really for them if you're going to be doing competition or anything. I mean, I'm not supporting steroid use in general, but I mean, I get that some people do it and why they want to be able to lift 900 pounds. If that's what makes you happy in life, then whatever. As long as you're not hurting anybody else or whatever, whatever. But if you're doing it and then going into a sport where you perpetuate that it's all about technique and leverage, but you're giving yourself an advantage that others may or may not have. I don't think it's fair.
And even more specifically, sports where your job is to hurt the other person.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Jiu-Jitsu, we have the tap to save us, but the reality is he's trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
So anytime, performance-enhancing drugs plus trying to hurt somebody, I'm not a fan.
I mean, it made for a great home run derby in baseball back in the 90s.
Slightly different. I enjoyed baseball during those
watching
that era.
Bonds and McGuire go after
Sosa and it was pretty awesome. I loved it.
All right. Anyway, so there's our thoughts. There you go.
Yep.
So all right. So what have you discovered about this backpack? What else is going on?
Oh, the sweet computer pocket.
The sweet computer pocket.
This was actually my favorite find.
A computer pocket in a backpack?
Yes, it holds your laptop right there, folks. It's got this nice Velcro strap. Laptop slides right in there. It's padded thickly on both sides to protect it on your back.
Thickly padded on both sides.
Yep.
Somehow that should sound dirty, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I tried.
You tried to bring down the quality of the program, but you were not successful.
I couldn't do it.
Yep.
I couldn't do it. I tried.
All right, number 2.
What do we got?
So this is a question regarding training at a new gym.
Okay.
And the question is, when they go to this new gym, should they give up the rank they've already earned?
Is that a thing? People do that?
Yeah.
Wow. So man, that's a weird thing. So let me start by saying I've never asked anybody to give up their rank. I don't care that much, I guess. You know, and we were watching not too long ago. We were watching a thing by Stephen Kesting. He was talking about rank in jiu-jitsu, and he said that sometimes rank can be poisonous, right? This obsession over rank, and so I guess here's my take on it. Actually, I want to hear your take first because I don't want to. I want to hear what you as a blue belt feel about that compared to me as a black belt.
Okay. Well, you know, I'm getting a little higher into blue belt now, so I'd say my point of view is different now than it was when I was like a white belt getting ready to move to blue belt. And currently, I would say it wouldn't matter to me. I would just do what made them happy. Because the reality of it is jiu-jitsu, you establish your rank pretty quickly when you're rolling. Like what color your belt is, how many stripes you have, that stuff, you can pretty much tell how good somebody is when you roll them. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So,
sure. It all comes out on the mat.
Yeah, I would basically just do whatever made the academy or the school I was going to happy. If they wanted me to keep it, I'd keep it. If they wanted me to get rid of it, I'd get rid of it.
Yeah. So I guess I look at it like this, and going back to what Stefan said about rank potentially being, and if you haven't ever watched Stephen Kesting stuff on YouTube, you should definitely be watching that. By the way, it's good stuff. I guess I feel that as an instructor, for an instructor to say, you earned this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt from another Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor, but I'm not going to honor it, you have to wear a white belt, or you've got this purple belt and I'm not going to honor it, you have to wear a white belt, is really egotistical. Now,
I didn't even look at it from that point.
And the way I do it typically, personally, is I just tell someone, listen, you know, we have a certain set of standards. You know, chances are you probably know arm bars and you know all these things. But we also have this self-defense curriculum because we're Pedro Sauer, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. You know, I am going to expect you to learn that before you get moved up. You know, I mean, it's that simple to me. Like, yeah. I don't understand why you have to take someone's rank away just because they're not there. If from your perspective, they're not there yet. It doesn't damage anybody in the school, and actually, at least in my school, when people come in and they're not up to snuff, you know, they notice, and our guys notice. It makes our guys actually feel better. They're like, oh wow, good, we're in a good place, and it kind of makes the people who join feel better too, because they're like, oh wow, I'm going to definitely improve here. Yeah. You know, so I don't see the point in taking it off of them. I think that's just embarrassing, and it's a way a way to show dominance over something.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it from the ego aspect.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a strong point.
I think it's a real dick move.
Yeah, it kind of is.
You know, and I get, like, I wouldn't even want to train somewhere like that.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't even think about it.
What else are they going to do to assert their dominance over you?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just look at it as poisonous. It seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my take on it. I wouldn't argue with them. I probably just wouldn't join the place.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I'll be back when, you know, and see what else is around. That's it. I'd just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into an argument with someone over it.
Yeah, I never thought about it from that perspective.
I mean, if you think I'm wrong, would you give up your rank though? I mean, would you guys at home? You know, comment below. Let me know. I want to hear if you'd give up your rank. If you think that would be something that you do, or if you've ever had to. If you had to give up your rank, I want to hear that too.
Yeah, I think I would, just because I don't really care anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool to get promoted, but the reality of it is,
yeah. I mean, I guess if I went to Marcelo Garcia's gym,
yeah.
You know, and he's like, you know, Bill, you know, I know you're in this black belt, but for one, he'd be like, you're a black belt under Pedro Sauer. Even if he thought I sucked, he probably wouldn't tell me to take it off. But, you know, he might say, hey, man, it's going to be a while before people are going to really respect that. Yeah. You know, I mean, like, I get it. But I guess it would have to be someone just absolutely outstanding. Like, if I went to the Gracie Academy, or if I went to Marcelo Garcia, maybe like a Salo Ribeiro, someone like that who is just at an echelon that most people aren't, and I know that that's where I'm going to be, that it's a cut above. Pedro Sauer's Academy. I mean, I guess that's the other thing, is like, not many people are going to mess with a Pedro Sauer black belt. No. But anyway, like it would have to be such an extenuating circumstance, and like I don't see it as a thing.
Yeah, I'm
And
going
it's
with your
completely
original
different
point of view.
now. I mean, I've been a black belt for almost 5 years, so but anyway.
All right, so the next question is a little less intense. This question is simply, how many gis do I really need?
Yes. You need them all. You need all the gis.
Do not listen to this guy.
All of them.
I'm a little more frugal when it comes to this thing.
What? All the gis. Get all the gis.
So my thought is, you need at least 2. You should have at least 2. And then if you're not training 5 times a week, I think you can survive on 2. Is this just sacrilegious to you?
2.
So for the people who are listening, you cannot see Bill's face. You think I just injured one of his children.
2. That's a really weird number you came up with. How did you come up with 2?
That way you have one. And then if it's...
You actually have 2.
Yeah, so if you wear
You
one
have
and it's
one.
dirty,
Okay.
you can always have one clean.
I didn't think you were going to finish the thought.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
that way you have one
Yeah, so you have one clean and one,
dirty.
Yeah. So as one gets dirty,
Or
you can
theoretically,
take the
you could have
clean
2
one
clean
and
ones.
put the dirty one in. Exactly. Most of the time you will have 2 clean ones.
I think having all the gis
Okay.
will ensure you always have a clean gi.
Okay. Now, does your wife support this?
She makes me give them away.
Okay. Just make sure we're on the same
And I
page.
own an academy.
It turns out the gis take
I
up
do
a
this
lot of closet
every
space.
day. And I have to give gis away. But we're not bringing her into this. We're not bringing her into this.
Yeah, because it seems like I had about 7 going at one time. My wife pointed out it took up our entire closet in our bedroom. It takes up a massive amount of space.
Is that why you set the fire?
No. I did not set any fires.
Oh, just checking.
That was strange. I got too many gis. I must burn down my
Well,
home.
then you get all the insurance money. You get a bigger house.
Oh, no, I just gave 2 of them to Kendall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was easier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Instead of burning down the house,
Fit. Yeah.
Gave 2 to a friend.
I suppose that's a way to go.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could do that too.
Yeah.
I was thinking get a bigger house and a bigger. Anyway.
So, do you have a serious answer to that?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think it depends on how many times a week you're training. The average person trains about 3 times a week. I think if you have 2 gis, you're training 3 times a week, you're fine.
Yep.
When I was training, I've always trained 4 to 5 times a week, and even then, before I owned an academy, I had about 5 gis, which is probably a lot for some people, but that's what I had. And now I have anywhere from, I don't even know, I have maybe 20.
Good rule of thumb, if you have more gis than days a week you're training, you probably have too many.
I don't think that's a good rule of thumb. But anyway, have all the gis.
Okay,
All right.
fair enough. All right, the next one is, we're just going to substitute in the color of the belts. So it says I am X belt. We're just going to use that as a variable belt. And
So
I
that
can
little train
beat
that's not even a belt.
and I can beat Y belt. Why am I not getting promoted? So basically the guy's saying I'm a purple belt and I can beat these brown belts. Why am I not getting promoted?
No, okay. What are your thoughts on that? Is this your question? Are
No.
you trying to get promoted? Is that
I'm
what you're trying to
definitely
do?
not.
You trying to tell me
No.
something?
I would honestly say that if you ask this question, you probably need to pay a little more attention to what's required of you in Jiu-Jitsu. So
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. Like the fact that you're asking this question probably is why you're not getting promoted.
Yeah.
There's always going to be guys who can beat other guys, either because of inherent ability to learn, athletic ability that can make up for certain skill deficiency.
Yep. Age.
Matchups.
Yeah.
Matchups are sometimes crazy things. Like you'll see. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they call it MMA math.
Yeah,
This guy beat this guy, so he should be able to beat that guy.
Yeah, and it just
That's
doesn't
not
work that
how
way.
it works.
It doesn't work that way at all. Also, the factors like age and stuff like that. I mean, do you really expect a 60-year-old black belt to be taken on?
A 25-year-old purple belt.
Yeah, or even, yeah. I mean,
No.
it's just probably not going to happen the way. I'm not saying that they can't win, but it's probably not going to be the shit stomping you're used to seeing from like another 20-year-old black belt.
Yeah.
You know, who's still moving fast and all these things.
Yeah.
Whereas you know the older man is probably going to have to use a lot more technique and take time and be tactical and smart about it, if they even decide to take that match at all.
Yeah.
You know, like
they're like, hey kid.
Yeah, like dude,
go roll somebody over there.
We've got different priorities here,
right?
So, you know, it changes a lot as you get older, and you know, what you care about changes. Like, you still want to learn, but a lot of times that's all that's the most important part for you. Is like, wow, am I learning something new today? And if I'm not, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time, you know. So anyway, I get it. This kind of question comes from people who are young in the art.
Yep.
And probably young in general too. You think that beating someone means that you are that level. And while it may mean that you have certain skill sets, it might not mean you have certain maturities.
Yeah, 100%.
That are required from you. So maybe if you're at a very sport-oriented school, and again, not playing down sport-oriented schools, but I think they're fine. But that might matter more.
Yeah.
But if you're in a more traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, and I know that sounds odd to say, but let's remember that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this is a tangent, but it predates some, quote, traditional martial arts. You know, like Ishin Ryu was from the 1950s.
Yeah.
The first Gracie Academy was opened in 1925, and you know, Carlos Gracie was learning Jiu-Jitsu in 1916. So,
yeah.
You know,
Yep.
It's a traditional martial art, and most instructors, especially as they age, are going to care about who they teach and the type of mentality you have as a human being, as much as your ability to do jiu-jitsu skills.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the way I see it.
Okay. Simpler answer, you might not meet the minimum requirements yet either. A lot of academies have minimum mat time requirements, these type things.
Yeah.
So that might be the simple answer.
Well, I mean, we have a guy who's a white belt with 4 stripes. The only reason I didn't promote him last time was because he didn't have the minimum of a year.
Yeah.
And he does very good. Like,
Yeah,
he's very
good.
skilled, and everybody's always like, man, he's tough as nails. Why isn't he a blue belt? I'm like, wasn't it a year the last time I did promotions?
Yep.
Like, that was literally that simple.
Got standards.
You know, and when you have those standards, you maintain them. So there you go. But I would like to hear, you know, your views on these.
Oh, yeah.
You know, post them below, give us comments, you know, and ask other questions too.
Yeah, please.
All right. So what else is going on with your backpack?
Oh. Support straps. It's got the little, I don't know what you call these. You might know, you're a military guy.
It's called a buckle.
The buckle in the front, and they also adjust up and down. And here's the thing.
Wow.
It lasted a year. I've been using this for a year, and none of these little moving parts have broken yet.
That's actually kind of impressive, I
Yeah.
gotta say. At home, if you're just listening, you can't appreciate how small and delicate this piece looks.
Yeah, it looks like it would bust immediately,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And like I said...
And by the way, Century is not paying us any money to do this.
No, I just really love the backpack.
He wanted to do it. We've done a few product reviews. It's something we've kind of done off and on. And we still have to do that Sisu review.
And I think I picked mine up for like $50 or $60. And I mean, at that price point, it's a really good backpack.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
All right. Next lighthearted question. What's the worst technique you, Bill Jones, a black belt, has ever seen?
There's this video floating around online, and it's this shirtless guy doing all these weapon disarms and stuff. You know, he's walking around with his abs and stuff, and like,
Okay.
his arms are like 5 feet from his side because I guess his lats are so big, even though they're not. And there's this one where the guy, like, he's walking out of a corridor, and a guy surprises him by pulling, I can't remember if it's a knife or a gun, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And dude does like a spinning kick and like continues to spin like a pirouette after the kick has hit the guy's arm while he's looking down. So he kicks he spins, kicks the knife or gun or whatever, and then does another spin, not with a kick, just as like
decoration
to relieve the momentum while he's like staring at the ground, like Tommy Badass or something. And I don't know if he seems like he's being serious about it.
Okay.
And think he's going to get murked. He's going to die.
That is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So, mine is very simple. I don't know if there's a real Russian sistema. It's like a real martial art. But there's this guy who does all these fantastic no-touch.
That fat guy?
Yes, it is amazing.
The fat sistema guy. Basically everything he does, huh?
Gosh, it's amazing. I can watch that stuff.
Fat sistema guy, wherever you are.
Just Google it.
I will take you on any day.
Oh, I'd fight him.
Ed will take you on. Mr. Glass, you're going to break. If you
I don't take fights. Yeah, I avoid every fight I can possibly avoid.
You know what? He probably comes in and he's got some secrets. Comes in with some Spetsnaz shit, just like decks you right in the face.
Like, wham! Like, oh.
You're like, that's not what you did.
That's not what you did in the video. I thought you were going to just wave your hands at me and I was supposed to fall.
Yeah, I've seen those videos. They're funny.
Yeah, he'll literally like body slam people without ever touching them.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you do when you're systemic.
Yes.
Stuff.
So there you go. If you want something to Google and you want to have a good time, look that stuff up.
So like this goes back to our discussion where like you love to troll people.
Yes.
And I don't. I can't take stupidity at certain levels.
I joined the Flat Earth Society just so I could take my trolling to a new level.
That is amazing.
So I know exactly what they're doing.
That is amazing.
I mean, Bill, it's 2017, and we have people walking amongst us on the streets that think the Earth is flat. We can't just let this go.
It takes me to a level I can't even debate it with people because
we can't let this go.
I can let it go.
Like to that each his own and all that stuff. I generally like abide by that, but it's getting bad.
Yeah.
The Earth is round. We can see this, but I'm just going to let it go.
I might have to cut out that earlier comment because of the derogatory statement I made.
Which one?
I didn't like using that one word. I'm going to cut it out.
Okay. Which one?
But I will say never mind. I'll just cut it out. It's probably best.
Okay.
I'm not cutting this part out where I'm talking. So now people who are listening at home will be like, what did he cut out?
Yeah.
So, point is, there's certain levels of trolling I just can't take because
you get too frustrated.
Yeah, I just feel like they're trolling back. Like they can't be that.
I actually asked that question on Facebook. Is the Flat Earth the greatest troll of all time?
I think it is.
It might be.
Like I have trouble believing that like Chrome Gracie really believes that we live on a flat Earth. Same thing with Eddie Bravo. These are intelligent human beings. Like
Eddie Bravo believes it. I've seen enough of him on podcasts and stuff to believe that he believes it.
It's amazing to me that anybody could believe that. Especially someone who's traveled in an airplane. Anyway, we'll just continue. Just continue. Cause
yes.
It will drive me crazy.
All right, last question. So I always say it's wrong to compare yourself to others. Somebody sent me the question, is that true or is it beneficial to compare yourself to the right people? Meaning people who are similar age, they've been doing the activity a similar amount of time, they're putting in the same kind of effort in order to give yourself a barometer of progress. Am I doing better or worse than I should be?
I still don't think it's fair.
No?
I don't think it's fair to compare yourself to anybody. I mean, you might be a similar age, similar build, but have a genetic predisposition to have big, strong legs like I do.
Okay.
You know, that doesn't mean, and so I'm going to have a certain proficiency with certain things that other people might not.
Okay.
You know, I don't think it's fair to compare yourself to anybody. I don't think it's fair to yourself, and I don't think it's fair to the other person either.
Well, I mean, if they don't know.
Yeah, but it's still not fair. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know, your goals, your life experiences, everything that's led you to that point is 100% different than that other person.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're, living a twin life with another person, in which case, and you're genetically identical, in which case we're just talking about
twins.
Yeah, we're talking about completely ridiculous hypothetical situations. Don't compare yourself to other people.
Okay.
Now, does that mean that if I watch a video of say, Roger Gracie, doing moves, that I shouldn't try the moves that he's doing? Certainly I should.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but that doesn't mean that I should.
I think the question was specifically as a barometer of progress.
In jiu-jitsu, I mean, I just think in jiu-jitsu and life in general, you can't do that.
Okay.
Because progress is so different from one person to the next. Your gauge for success is different. Your gauge for what you want out of it is different. I mean, there's just too many variables to do that and do it fairly to yourself. Again, that doesn't mean you can't have idols. It doesn't mean you can't have people that you look up to. But comparing yourself to them, like, hey, that person's been training for 5 years. They kind of look like me, and so hopefully in 5 years I'll be able to train like that. That may not happen, and it may not happen just because
yeah.
Like there are people in professional football who are built like me.
Yes.
That I will never be able to match in professional football, and never would have been able to.
Fair enough.
Either because I don't have the same drive, I don't have the same life experience, I don't have the same reason why, for whatever reason.
All right.
Yeah, just don't compare yourself to other people.
Just to keep it going, what if you're using it to identify those weaknesses? That's how you find out. That the only thing difference between me and this guy is the drive. We have all the same physical attributes, blah, blah, blah. If I just increased my effort...
yeah, I think it's still silly.
Okay.
You want to learn about your weaknesses by examining you, not somebody else.
Okay.
There's a book out there by Jocko Willink, and I highly recommend it, and Leif Babin, called Extreme Ownership.
If you can't tell, he's looking on my desk. It's sitting over there.
A lot of it. Yeah, grab it. I just gave this to Ed.
Yes.
But a lot of it is about, and there's many, many lessons in this book. It's Extreme Ownership. I highly recommend you get this book. For one, Jocko is a huge proponent of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, he is.
And two, they have performed at the highest levels, not only physically but mentally, that a human being can perform it.
Yes.
And they do it, and they talk about the importance of taking ownership of every single part of your life. And you can't take ownership by comparing yourself to someone else. You just can't. Because that's assuming that there is an external force that is guiding, that is in charge of you. And there are external forces that will act upon you, but that doesn't mean that you have to accept that as a reason for loss or anything else. You need to accept all that on your own. So for that question, whoever sent that question in, thank you. Get this book, Extreme Ownership, and live it. So that's what I say about that.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
That's always been my point of view.
Well, that's good.
Yep. That's why I always say it. Don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah. I just don't think it's a useful thing to do.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Is there anything else to talk about on your book bag? I know guys. He was so hyped for this thing beforehand.
It's wasn't insane. Quite that extreme.
He came in this morning. Seriously, he's like, Bill, we need to talk about this bag. It's been a year now. We need to talk about it.
Last thing. This little tiny pocket on top that I love and I use for everything.
What do you use it for? Everything? It can fit your fist. What else do you put in it?
I mean, whether it's my wallet, if I need quick access to my phone, like if I'm listening to my headphones while wearing the backpack, I'll put it in there.
Oh, but see, I look at that as a negative. I feel like the phone thing should be right here on the strap, so it can be in front of you.
It's risky business.
How's that risky business?
This is for like urban adventure.
Urban adventure?
The kind of intense activities I'm doing. I'm not going to want my phone right on my chest.
What are you doing? Urban adventure. I don't even know what that means, man. That sounds inappropriate as hell.
Urban adventure?
Yeah, it sounds like you're
exploring cities.
Sounds like you're picking up heroin and hookers.
Yeah, definitely none of that is happening in that backpack.
Write in and say, I want to hear your version of what urban adventures means, listeners. I want to hear that. Write in.
I was thinking more like Pokemon Go. I don't know where your mind went. Jeez, this guy.
see they're cutting down on cheating in Pokemon Go?
They are.
Did you see I sent that to you for a reason?
I don't cheat.
Oh, you didn't cheat?
Let's be clear. I cheated for a couple weeks.
Oh, so you do cheat. Okay, just checking.
No. A couple weeks, and I realized that it was going to ruin the game. Not just for others, but specifically for myself. It was going to kill all the fun of it, so I stopped quickly.
I mean, this is why you got kicked off Xbox.
Oh, gosh.
Now, this is hilarious, guys. So, as part of... you've got to tell half of this story.
Okay.
As part of... Because I think we've told the story about you getting kicked off Xbox before.
Probably.
But as part of this leadership instruction thing that Ed's doing, he had to film a video teaching anything. Any one thing. And so, his video was him... Basically, it was playing UFC 2 on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
And you're playing it, and from our perspective on the video, you're just showing us how to do a specific move.
Yes.
Please tell us your perspective from the video. So you're shooting the video, and
so I was doing it online. So there was a guy.
So this is the thing you don't know just by watching the video, is that this is actually another human being on the other side playing this game with him.
Yes.
I thought it was just like computer on easy.
No, it was another human. And you guys couldn't hear him in the headset losing his mind. Because that was actually the third take. So I would get through it, and he wasn't quite right, so I'd let him up. And then I'd throw him down again, and he's losing his mind because he can hear me doing the video through the headset. Like, he can hear the tutorial. And now I'm going to put him here. Oh, you're not going there. So it's probably frustrating for him.
So like, what kinds of things was this guy saying?
Oh, things that we don't usually say on this podcast.
That's hilarious to me. That is so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is going to care, but I think it's hilarious.
There's another gamer or two out there that appreciates how satisfying that is.
Yeah, like you know what how I feel about it? It's kind of like when I'm rolling people and talking to other people at the same time.
Yeah.
They're probably like, God damn it, can you make this seem tough at least?
Yeah, like
you got to have a full conversation while you're...
I'm fighting for my life, and you're talking to Joe over there about who's going to sweep the mats tonight. This is not okay.
They'll be all right. They survive.
Yeah. I have nothing else. You got anything else?
I have nothing else either. So I think we've covered a lot today. We answered some questions.
Please send us more questions. Yeah. This was awesome.
Yeah, this is good stuff. It makes life easier when we have questions.
Yeah, and we know
especially on a slow week like this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have something.
What's that?
I don't know if I should announce it this early though.
Oh.
I might be in Fight to Win Pro.
Oh.
By in it, I mean like actually competing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Okay. You better get that elbow together.
July 21st. Yeah, it'll probably still hurt. It's all right. Let's not talk about that on the air. Come on, we're not talking about the injuries on the air, man.
Sorry.
What if the enemy is listening?
The enemy?
No, seriously. If you're listening, guy, I'm going to fight. Then thanks.
Yeah. If you're watching the podcast, it was worth
awesome.
giving
you're
you
my
the
friend,
tip.
Man.
It was worth you getting the free tip.
Thanks, brother.
His knee is really messed up.
It's my elbow. It's my left elbow.
His shoulder.
Go to Americana on my left elbow. I'm going to tap very fast.
So be careful of his hip.
People are like, Americana attacks his shoulder. I know.
Trust me, it's enough.
Still gets torqued a little.
It's
Trust
enough.
me, it hurts. So
that is incredible news. I hope that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Columbus. That's the only downside. Probably won't have many people from the academy coming because of that. We will.
I was gonna say you might be pleasantly surprised.
That'd be cool. You guys grab a table down there. Drive down. Cancel class that night.
Is it on Saturday?
It's a Friday night.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, watch me lose. Come on back.
Negative thoughts. Negative talk.
What? Well, I figure if I plan to lose when I win, it's going to be exciting.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Way to keep the expectations limited.
Yeah, I got to keep the expectations low.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't get to be 250 pounds, but
there it is.
There it is.
Handsome Mike. He
Handsome
referenced
Mike,
his weight.
that's for you, brother. All right.
So, I got nothing else.
Yeah, I really don't have anything else either. I do want to say, everybody, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. Please, definitely subscribe. Punch that subscribe button. Smash it on YouTube. And click the little bell icon beside it so that you get notifications when we come out with a new video.
That'd be awesome.
Download us on iTunes and Google Play.
Subscribe. Oh, wow, that came out bad.
Yeah.
Subscribe on there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, those things help a lot. We're going to be setting up a Patreon account so that if you want to hear more and want to see more guests and stuff like that, then we'll actually get something of a paycheck for it. That'd be nice. And I think that's about it, man.
I got
Follow us on Facebook, Black Belt Tips. Facebook/Black Belt Tips, and that's it.
We are out.
We're out, my friends. Thanks for listening. We're out. I don't know how long that one go.
I don't know.